So, Pro Football Focus. That's why I like Pro Football Focus. They make logical and reasonable suggestions. And this is why Bleacher Report is so awful and Pro Football Focus is actually pretty damn good. So, it says, according to Pro Football Focus, a tight end they want us to target is going to be the Texans tight end, Dalton Schwartz. And to be honest, I feel like this is something we should have did last year in the offseason, which was don't go for the random addition Irv Smith. Go out there, and if you have to, spend some extra money and get yourself the best tight end possible. Because at the end of the day, you know, the idea of when you shop budget, you get budget. When you get what you pay for, right? That's the mentality. You pay less, you get less, right? In reality, we didn't actually pay less at all. We actually overpaid, and we got ourselves a interesting player in Irv Smith. But at the same time, though, let's not take any gambles. No gambles, no chances, no risk, no risk, no pass and go $200. Just go out there and get the guy we know is going to be successful for us. And that is Dalton Schwartz. Now, if you guys do not know who Dalton Schwartz is, let me pull up his stats real fast, because he is, as Pro Football Focus says, a very good, solid tight end. He's 6'5", he's 244 pounds. He's a big body type of guy here, which is exactly what we need, especially in the red zone, because our red zone offense, other than running the ball with Joe Mixon, has been kind of questionable. Dalton Schwartz played for a majority of his career with the Dallas Cowboys before signing a one-year contract with the Houston Texans. He'll be 28 years old going into free agency. Same age, actually, as Tanner Hudson, so wouldn't be surprised. You know, we bring back Tanner Hudson. Other side, we have Dalton Schwartz. Dalton Schwartz last year had 635 yards, 5 touchdowns. The year before that, 577 yards, 5 touchdowns. Year for that, 808 yards and 8 touchdowns. To have a vertical threat tight end like this in our passing game, who's also a very big body type of guy who can outbox people, I mean, this would be the best thing possible for this offense, especially with the fact that if we do not take a tight end early in the draft, which I really do not believe we will. I think what we're going to focus on in the draft is go with, you know, the offensive tackle, go defensive line, then third round, I'm thinking maybe potentially go tight end, or potentially, again, maybe go wide receiver, maybe go cornerback. I think third round probably corner. Fourth round, maybe then you go tight end, or maybe running back, maybe like a third string running back in case you don't bring back Joe Mixon, you know, that kind of stuff. Getting the player solidified and getting an actual good player in free agency lets you be able to really work around the draft. And I know we tried to do this last offseason with Irv Smith, but I feel like Irv Smith, we knew going into it, it was a gamble. I don't want to take a gamble. Right? Right now, we have a team that can go win a Super Bowl. No more gambling. We already know when our tight ends are used and are effective in our offense is 100 times better. So no more gambling. Let's not take the shot. Let's not take the risk. Don't take the chance here. I want to go out there and I want to just know what we have. Have confidence in what we have. And what we have is a really solid, great tight end group. If we get Dalton Schwartz, we have him. We'll bring back Drew Sample. Potentially, maybe we draft someone. Who knows? But even if we bring back Drew Sample and then we bring back Tanner Hudson, now we have 3 solid tight ends that can really move the ball down the field for us, open up our offense, bring in, you know, obviously T. Higgins going to be franchise tag, chasing a new contract, maybe work out a contract with T. Higgins, and then figure everything else out. And I think with Joe being back fully healthy, we draft a franchise right tackle in the first round, maybe a receiver in the 5th or 6th round, another running back there. Maybe we spend the money in free agency and go get a running back like Austin Eckler. This team could be dangerous. And as I said in my last video, right now we are at rock bottom. The only place to go now is up. And right now, we need to go all in this season. I'm not saying you go all in, as in you go out there and you trade for players and you do what, other teams have done where you kind of go all in right now and then the future is kind of fluffed. No, I don't think so in any way possible. I think what you need to do is you need to go all in the aspect of just fit. Everything needs to hit correctly, right? Spend all your resources possible trying to make sure every single thing you do here is geared toward this season. And again, you obviously look toward the future at all times. You're trying to make the best team possible, but you want to focus on this season especially. Especially if we cannot get a contract done with T and we don't have a franchise tag, let's at least get him a ring before he leaves us, okay? That's kind of how we'll look at it. Now, there isn't a run blocking grade for Dalton Schwartz. He's not a run blocker in any way, but I just kind of wanted to see if there was a run blocking grade, to see if he had some run blocking ability, because we do utilize our tight ends a lot for run blocking. Drew Sample's a great run blocker. Obviously, Tanner Hudson's been actually a pretty, surprisingly enough, solid run blocker for us. And Mitchell Wilcox is another guy who's really good at run blocking. So we tried to put Irv Smith in run blocking. I think it was like week 2, week 3. They never did it again. They never did it again because they learned their lesson. But whenever we do run the ball, we like to put in 2 tight end formations. And a lot of that comes down to, again, having a tight end that can block. So Dawson Schwartz, it would suck that he can't block, but it's not really that big of a deal. What he loses out in, the blocking ability, he makes up for the fact this guy is 6'5" and 244 pounds, right? So even if he's not that much of a blocker, even if you do use him as a blocker, I'll say it like this: he's not a good, he's not known to be a good blocker, but he does have the size where at some point you're just a big enough guy that even if you're not known as a blocker or you're not like that crazy good blocker, you're so big that you're going to be able to go against most defensive linemen and at least chip them off. Chip them off the guy, chip them off the edge, something like that. And what we have seen from Irv Smith and a couple other tight ends this year is they're not able to do that, right? So at least his size. I don't know how big Irv Smith is. Let me see how big Irv Smith is. Because I don't think Irv Smith is that big of a guy. I might be incorrect. He's only 6'2", 240. So he's around the same weight, but he's only 6'2". So, yeah, Dalton Schwartz is going to be a little bit better having that extra 3 inches. Pause on that. But having that extra 3 inches is going to be nice to, have that kind of more bigger size to be able to out-muscle somebody. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.